I'm Seth RUDETSKY, here to argue with Marc Kudisch. Marc? As you know, I'm obsessed with high notes, and I feel that Broadway is the place for high notes and nothing but high notes. Marc Kudisch is at odds with me, and he thinks that I'm interested in hearing something below middle C. Marc, what are you trying to say? Go. Already I'm annoyed.
See, the problem is the baritone is the most maligned voice of any vocal category that we know. And that's how we see things today.
How is it maligned?
How is it maligned? Because it's always the buffo, it's always the comic, it's the foil. It's always the guy that doesn't get the girl.
Or he drowns Javert.
Okay, or he, well, and what's interesting is actually, I don't even think, like, Javert is actually an exception to the rule in many cases, to me, because I don't think that Javert is a bad guy at all. He's actually one of the most, if not the most complex character in that show.
He's complex, but he's an idiot.
No, he's not. How's he an idiot?
Because he's saying that stealing a loaf of bread means that you have to go to jail for 1,000 years. He doesn't see any
okay.
gray.
So he's an idiot the way that most Republicans today are an idiot with their agenda?
Yes!
Okay, no. It takes intelligence to be able to be that linear and be successful at it.
No, it takes intelligence
It's
to
the
see
difference
gray.
between, no, it's the difference between Old Testament and New Testament. When you're an Old Testament man living in a New Testament society, and you live according to a set of rules that you believe work and have worked for you, you're one of those people that doesn't bend much. A small bend can break you. That's Javert. That's why Stars is such a great aria, because this is a man that's actually dealing with insecurity, not strength. In each of the vocal categories, there are subcategories to the vocal category. The German have termed the word...
German.
No, Fach. Fach. So each vocal category has a set of Fach to them. And in the baritone category, there are 7 different Fach.
Stop saying that word. Just change it to something else, because it's grossing me out.
Fach.
No.
No, but the point is there's like lyric baritone, which is what a lot of people call the bari tenor.
Okay.
And then it rolls down from there.
So I'm lazy for saying bari tenor instead of
No,
lyric?
just, no. You're not lazy, but singers that call themselves barytenors, in my opinion, are either lyric baritone or they're tenors that just don't want to work that hard.
This video is about minutia. The point is, tell us about the name of your next show. Go.
Okay, The Lower Depths, in defense of the baritone voice.
We were discussing Showboat, which had, now to me, not a baritone, it's really a bass.
Well, ultimately, it's a bass or a bass baritone now. See, the
True
thing
that.
is, you know, look, the baritone, I'm turning off my phone.
Oh, he's getting serious.
Yeah. No, honestly, think about it. When you think of choral singing, give me the vocal categories.
Soprano, alto, tenor, bass, John Brimhall.
Bingo. Where's the baritone?
No one's interested in the baritone.
Everyone's interested in the baritone. Everyone's interested in the baritone, and especially 20th century music proves that like nobody's business.
Why? John Raitt was the tenor.
No, he wasn't. He was a lyric baritone.
Ah.
Doesn't matter what the notes are. Baritones and tenors should essentially have the same vocal range. Now, what they're going to ultimately use, at least publicly, is different. The tessitura, where the voice lies in a healthy manner, is slightly different. But the vocal range, where baritones should be able to hit B flat, okay?
Yeah.
When
But
you're
it's gonna
warming
sound
up,
crazy.
I go up to B flat. No, it's going to sound like a baritone singing
Do you
a
have
B
big
flat.
breastises? What's that? What's happening?
That's just the voice, baby. That's the resonant sound of a baritone just letting it out. So,
Gross. Go back to Showboat, please.
Showboat, he's essentially a bass baritone because of the vocal range. That doesn't mean a bass can't sing it. But, you know, I mean, you know, in the key of C, and, you know, there are alternate keys. Different guys have sung that in, you know, different places. And so this is, okay, 1927, when Showboat came out on stage, this is what we all know. Old Man River, that old man River, he must know something, but he don't say nothing.
Page turn.
He just keeps rolling, he keeps on rolling along. Now, that song became iconic. It became American folk music after this show opened.
But not because of that version, which I did not know.
Interestingly enough, the person that first truly introduced this song to the American public as a whole, the first recording in 1928,
I thought it was Paul Robeson.
was not Paul Robeson, although Paul Robeson did record it 6 months later. In 1928, the first person to hit the airwaves with this song, it made the song famous as well as him an overnight star, was Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby. Now, it was a jazz rendition of the song, and it went like this.
Oh, God.
Old man River, that old man River, he must know something, but it don't say nothing, he just keep rolling, he keeps rolling along. Yeah, he don't plant taters, he don't plant cotton, them that plants them is soon forgotten, but old man River, he keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, our body all aching and racked with pain. You tote that barge, you lift that bale, you get a little drunk and you land in jail. Well, I gets weary and sick of trying, tired of living, scared of dying, but old man River, he keeps rolling along. And that's how America heard that song.
And that made the baritone famous?
That started it.
Anywho, I have a show that I want to do in defense of certain baritones, and I actually brought this music. Michael Levine, my music source, sent me the music, and I showed it to Mark recently. I'd like him to do this in his show. Now, this is the original key. I'd like you to sing it once, Mark. We'll see what it sounds like. Hurry back, there's your note.
It's a great baritone song, this.
It is.
Hurry back, hurry back, it's no life at all.
Now, I just want you to focus on that for a second. Life at all. Do you see that note? The next show I want to do, which is in defense of lady baritones. Who was the original singer, Mark?
The original was Lauren Bacall. She was one of the great baritones of the 70s.
And she is maligned. That was literally the original key. Old man River, life at
Seriously,
all.
it's pretty amazing. I think it's impressive.
And on that note, I gotta go. Take earplugs out. See ya.